I downloaded the app because I was tired all the time. Every morning I woke up exhausted, like I hadn't slept at all. My coworkers kept joking that I looked dead. Dark circles under my eyes, constant headaches. Some days, I genuinely couldn't remember falling asleep the night before. So I installed one of those sleep tracking apps, the kind that records sounds while you sleep. Snoring, sleep talking, movement. It had millions of downloads and almost perfect reviews. Nothing suspicious about it. The first night was completely normal. A few recordings of blankets moving, some breathing. One clip of me coughing around AM. That was it. Second night too, but I noticed something strange in the app summary. According to the timeline, I woke up multiple times between 3 and AM. I had no memory of that. I figured maybe everyone wakes up during the night without realizing it. Then came the third night. I woke up late because my phone battery had died overnight. I plugged it in while getting ready for work and forgot about the app until later that afternoon. When I opened it, I saw 16 separate recordings that had never happened before. Most were labeled movement detected. One was tagged possible speech. I played it while sitting alone at my desk. At first, I heard static, very faint fabric movement, then footsteps, slow footsteps, careful, circling my bed. I froze immediately. The audio quality wasn't great, but I recognized the exact creaking pattern of my apartment floor. Certain spots always creaked louder than others, and whatever was making those sounds was walking in circles around my bed. Very slowly, the footsteps stopped for a few seconds, then continued again, around and around. At the very end of the recording, my mattress creaked softly, like something leaned close to my face. I replayed the clip at least 10 times. No breathing, no voice, just footsteps. That night, I checked the entire apartment before going to sleep. Closet, bathroom, kitchen, under the bed, everything, nothing. I almost deleted the app right there, but curiosity got to me. I wanted another recording, something clearer, something that made sense. So I placed the phone beside my pillow again and forced myself to sleep. The next morning, there were 32 recordings, every single one between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock AM. My stomach dropped while scrolling through them. The first few were just footsteps again, closer this time, slower. Some recordings had long stretches of silence where you could hear nothing except my breathing. Then I played one from 3:17 am. At first, it sounded like static, then whispering, very faint, too faint to understand. I turned the volume all the way up. The whisper became clearer. There wasn't just one voice. There were multiple voices overlapping each other quietly, and underneath them, I heard my own breathing, fast, panicked, like I was awake during the recording. Then one whisper suddenly became clear enough to understand. Don't move. I stopped breathing, because immediately after that sentence, the footsteps stopped too. Like whatever had been circling my bed realized I was listening to the recordings. I spent the rest of the day researching sleep disorders, sleepwalking, auditory hallucinations, night terrors, anything that could explain this logically. That's when I noticed another feature inside the app, sleep movement visualization. It displayed sound movement around the room using the phone microphone. Small white dots moved across the screen in circular patterns around my bed between 3 and 4 AM. Not on the bed, around it. I stared at the visualization for nearly a minute without moving. According to the app, something had walked around me continuously for almost an hour. Every night, I bought a cheap security camera after work and pointed it directly at my bed. That night, I locked my bedroom door, shut the blinds, checked the apartment twice, and finally managed to fall asleep sometime after midnight. Then I woke up unable to move. The room was completely dark. At first, I thought it was another nightmare. Then I realized I couldn't feel my arms. Sleep paralysis. I'd experienced it before years ago, but never like this, because this time, I heard footsteps beside the bed, real footsteps, slow, heavy, one step, another, then whispering near my ear, so close. I tried screaming but nothing came out, and somewhere in the darkness, someone laughed softly. I woke up the next morning shaking so badly, I'd barely unlocked my phone. The bedroom door was open, I knew I locked it. The security camera had recorded everything. I almost didn't watch the footage. Part of me already knew I shouldn't, but I did anyway. The recording showed me asleep in bed. Nothing unusual at first. The timestamp read 3:12 a.m. Then the footage glitched. Static covered the screen for several seconds. When the image returned, I was sitting upright in bed, perfectly still, eyes open, staring directly at the dark corner near my closet. I don't remember waking up. I sat there motionless for almost 40 minutes, not moving, not blinking. Then something moved behind me. A shape, tall, distorted, barely visible in the darkness near the bedroom door. The camera microphone began crackling violently. The figure slowly crossed the room toward the bed. I couldn't breathe while watching it. The shape leaned down beside my face, and then I smiled. Not a normal smile, too wide, like someone trying to imitate a human expression. I deleted the app immediately, or at least I tried to. The uninstall button froze. The screen stopped responding. Then a notification appeared. Sleep session in progress. I felt cold all over. The phone speaker crackled softly, and I heard footsteps again, circling the bed. I threw the phone across the room. The screen shattered against the wall, but the audio kept playing. That's when I realized the footsteps weren't coming from the phone anymore. They were coming from the hallway outside my bedroom. Real footsteps, slowly approaching the door, one creak at a time. I backed away toward the corner of the room while staring at the doorway. The footsteps stopped directly outside. Then my broken phone lit up again. A new notification appeared on the cracked screen. New user detected. The bedroom door handle moved slightly, then stopped. Another audio recording appeared automatically. Timestamp. Live. My hands were shaking when I pressed play. The recording captured everything happening in real time. My breathing, the room, the faint hum of my apartment lights, and another sound directly beside me. Breathing. Slow, wet, excited. Then the whisper returned, closer than ever before. Pretend you're asleep. The bedroom door slowly creaked open. Only a few inches. I couldn't see a face on the other side. Just darkness. Tall darkness. Too tall to fit properly inside the doorway. And while I stared at it, the app displayed one final message across the cracked screen. Sleep quality improving. Then the footsteps entered my room. The police never found anything. No signs of forced entry. No hidden devices. No explanation for the recordings or the camera glitching. They told me stress can cause vivid hallucinations. Maybe they're right. Maybe. But every single night, I still wake up at exactly 3:17 a.m. And every morning, there's a new audio file saved on my phone. Even though that app doesn't exist on my device anymore. Last night's recording was different. No footsteps. No whispering. Just silence for almost 3 minutes. Then, right beside my bed, a voice quietly whispered, "He knows you're awake now."